The mirror showed him a version of himself that didn't blink, didn't breathe, and didn't look away. Just stood there, smirking faintly like it knew something Aryan didn't. And in that frozen heartbeat, it wasn't fear that gripped him, but recognition, like the way a dream feels familiar even when it turns monstrous. And as he reached for the glass, the figure vanished, and the reflection reset, leaving behind only his pale face drenched in sweat and disbelief. Aryan stumbled back from the mirror, heart punching against his ribs, and fled the room, ignoring the puzzled look of the night clerk who asked no questions, probably used to guests who checked out with wild eyes and shaking hands, and drove back to his apartment where he kept his private files, not trusting precinct security anymore. That night, as he cross-referenced Mira Roy's background with recent cold cases, something strange emerged. 2 other women had gone missing in eerily similar circumstances in the last 5 years. Both teachers, both loners, both known to complain privately about being watched, and both had vanished with no signs of struggle, no clues, no ransom, and no recovery. Aryan dug deeper into the digital archives, bypassing official clearance, and found an old flagged case file marked X17, Missing Persons Cluster, Red Profile Anomaly, authored by a former inspector named Kabir Chauhan, who had apparently tried to connect these vanishings but was later declared mentally unfit and discharged from service after claiming a man with no face was behind it, a literal description, not metaphorical, documented in his psych evaluation. Aryan tracked down Kabir, now a shadow of a man living in a mental health ward, with walls covered in newspaper clippings and symbols scribbled in chalk. And when Aryan entered, Kabir looked up as if he'd been expecting him all along and whispered, "It's your turn now." Kabir pointed toward a dusty file drawer and said, "He erases the moments you notice him, like film spliced out of your memory. But once you look straight at him, you can never unsee him again. He becomes real." Aryan opened the drawer and found a stack of photos. Blurred images of reflections, distorted faces in glass, people looking away in fear, always something off. And one photograph stabbed into the wood with a rusted nail. Mira Roy, taken months before her disappearance outside a bakery. Nothing seemed unusual until Aryan noticed the shadow behind her. Long, too long, and not matching anyone nearby. Kabir then told him of a theory, that this faceless man wasn't a man at all, but a living void, someone who could step in and out of perception, who folded himself between moments, and he only chose people who were already fading from society, people no one would notice missing. Aryan left Kabir's room shaken but not convinced, until he reviewed the Precinct S CCTV footage of his own office that week and saw something that shouldn't be possible. 3 separate clips where he wasn't there, even though he remembered sitting at his desk drinking coffee and reviewing evidence. Those moments were gone, deleted, erased, just like Kabir said. And then he found a new voicemail on his burner phone. No number, just static. And then Mira's voice, whispering, "Stop looking for me. He knows you now."